Okay, what to study in the Hindu? This is basically 1912 2020, the Hindu newspaper. Okay, PM makes a strong pitch to farmers. What are the causes of farmers' protest? Supreme Court's view on this, implications, concerns, recent concessions offered by the government in this context. So, what are the concessions offered by the government? So you can check out because farmers protest will keep on continue for the next 10 to 15 days more. So we will come to the crux after 10 to 15 days on this topic. Okay, so you can note down these points. What are the causes of farmers protest? Means what are what, for example, they are saying that MSP should not be removed, means mandi system should not be removed. Okay, because the companies can they are afraid that the companies can buy their crops at any price, and they can buy even at the lower price of their production cost. Okay, so these are the cause of worries for them, and stockings is the cause of worry for them also. Okay, so next is GS2 polity and governance. Polity and governance. Supreme Court finds High Court order on Andhra Pradesh government's disturbing. Okay, Andhra Pradesh government disturbing. So what is, we will not focus on the political news over here. We will only focus that how what are the president rule and what are basically the constitutional provisions. We will not focus what BJP is doing. We will not focus what Andhra Pradesh government is doing over there. Okay, it's their mutual fight and their mutual interest. We are focused towards IS only. So we will focus only on the valid questions that are what is president rule, constitutional provisions, its consequences, concerns, and key recommendations made by the Panchi and Sarkaria commissions on this. Okay, so what is basically president rule? In this president rule in Article 365, we know that the president has the power to implement the president rule whenever there are some sort of violence going on. Okay, and blood violence. So the violence should be of blood. Okay, because in the time of Indira Gandhi, she misutilized it a lot. She misutilized the president rule a lot. So in that situation, there were many of the restrictions were made under the Panchi and the Sarkari Commission. Many of the restrictions were made for the president rule, and there are many concerns and concerns for which only the president rule can be imposed. Okay, and there should be a constitutional violation also. So even in the small protest, they cannot implement the president rule. Okay, so the violence should be there or the constitutional violation should be there. Then only the president rule can be implemented. Next is GS2 international relations. India China agreed to hold another round of LAC talk. Okay, so here we should know that what is actually LAC, line of actual control. Line of actual control. Okay, so on this border of India and China, so this is LAC. Okay, this is LAC, line of actual control, and this is line of control. Line of control means that we have not recognized it yet. Means on the border of India and Pakistan, we have not recognized this line. Okay, but on the border of India and China, on the border of China, India and China, we have recognized this line. We have recognized this line internationally. So line of actual control basically means that we have recognized it from our side, although the China doesn't even recognize it yet. Okay, and it want to expand its LAC further towards Indian boundary. Okay, further towards Indian boundary, and Pakistan, basically what Pakistan is doing. Okay, here we should understand that Pakistan, on the border of India and Pakistan, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, we are having only and only a line of control, which we say that we can occupy POK at any day, and we will not ask any further nation means it is our sovereign decision that we can fight against Pakistan at any day, and we can take back our area of Pakistan occupied Kashmir at any day. So this is line of control, and this is the difference between line of control and line of actual control. Okay, so India and China are going for the talks, and further we are also focusing on it. Okay, we are also focusing on it. So let's see this news once. PM makes a strong pitch to farmers. Supreme Court finds High Court order on Andhra Pradesh government disturbing. Okay, India China agree to hold another round of LAC talks. This engagement process said to continue. India and China on Friday agreed to hold another round of talks between senior military commanders to take forward the slow moving process of a disengagement on the line of actual control. So India and China are the two nations that from the last 1962. Okay, from the last 1962, we have not used a single weapon on the border. Okay, we have not used a single weapon on the border, although the recent incidents happen, but they are not internationally recognized, and these were small events that can be neglected. But one of the incident that happened, in which the army of both the sides begin to fight, not with the guns but with the hands, and there were casualty for Indian side also, and there were a lot of casualty on uh, China side also. So we should understand that there is no solution to the fight. There is no solution to the fight. The solution can be only done with the debates, with the uh, discussions, and with the thought processes of different intellectuals. Okay, with the thought process of different intellectuals, if we can solve any issue, we can solve in this whole world. Okay, so in this way we should always try to make the last event. Okay, up to the last event we should try that uh, the decision should come with the talks only. Okay, not with the guns, because guns are not the way for the better future. For the better future, the guns are not the way. So let's see the news. Okay, know about recent development on India-China border issues, about China relations with what is LAC, role of India's soft power. Okay, what are India's soft power? Means Buddhism. Okay, Buddhism is our soft power, and Fa Hien and Huin Sang are also our soft power, that they have gained the knowledge from India only. Okay, so these are the soft powers that we use. Historical things and historical relations are our soft powers that we use with China. Okay, because their god and is originated in India. Their god is originated in India, so that's why Buddhism is the best soft power to deal with China. High Court relief for men booked under UP conversion laws. So UP conversion laws. This is for the wrong deed that are being practiced a lot in by the by this young generations or the Maulvis of the Muslim communities. That is love jihad. Okay, love jihad is a very wrong thing that by which many people try to fool the girls of other communities by saying that I am from your same community, and when they get married, they say that you will have to convert your religion from either Hindu, Sikh, Christians to Muslim community. Okay, so this is not good at all. So love jihad should be avoided. If you want to marry someone, then why are you trying to do the love jihad? If there is love, then there should not be any kind of jihad involved in it. If there is love, then respect her religion and your religion on the same level. For example, in the case of Shah Rukh Khan and Gauri Khan, okay, Shah Rukh Khan and Gauri Khan both practice their religion, at an equal level, because Shah Rukh Khan praises to the gods of Gauri also, and Gauri also respect the religion of Shah Rukh Khan also. So this is not a love jihad, but the people who are doing this love jihad, they say that you will have to avoid all your gods. You will have to adopt only Allah, and Allah is your God now. So God cannot be imposed on someone. God is a thought process that cannot be imposed on someone. It comes with their heart, and their heart. It comes with their heart and soul, and it is ethical point of view of someone. So we cannot force God on someone, and we cannot force any kind of religion on someone. So these kinds of ordinances are required, are the requirement of the society, but they are also having the consequences, because many of the wrong cases may come where either there is no jihad involved in it, but still they will be imposed with those cases. Okay, so every law, every ordinance have their pros and cons, and we will have to look after it, and then we should come at a equal level. Means we should not get biased towards that love jihad is the best law, or we should not get biased that love jihad is the worst law. We should be balanced in between, that love jihad is having these pros, and the love jihad is having these cons also. Love jihad rule is having these cons also. Okay, so we will have to write the balanced answer, such that you should not be looked that you are of rightist ideology or you are of leftist ideology. Okay, so the balance should be there in these kind of answer. Your intellectual level is asked a lot. Okay, your balanced answering is asked a lot. High Court reliefs for men booked under UP conversion law. Know about UP's love jihad. Okay, next is MSP. MSP, the factoids versus the facts. In this article, know about the minimum support price. What are the concerns associated with bills? And so the agriculture bills minimum support price is the 1.5 times of the crop production that you have done. You have spent it on your crop. You will get 1.5 times of your crop. That is minimum support price. And after this farm bill, these MSP will be removed, and either they will be removed or whatever will happen. It will come within 15 to 20 days. The whole decision will come in front of you, that what are the total concerns and what are the drawbacks of it. Okay. Next is international relations, friend and neighbor. Know about India Bangladesh relations, recent development, significance of relations, challenges, and way forwards. So India and Bangladesh from 1971, we have supported them in their independence war. Okay, war of independence for Bangladesh. We have supported them a lot, and we have defeated Pakistan in at each and every front. We have defeated Pakistan, and we led for the formation of the new state, for the formation of new country, that was East Pakistan, but now it is known as Bangladesh. Okay, so let's see how the India and Bangladesh relations are there. From we should know how basically they develop their relations. Okay, we will see a video. Just watch it, and okay, this video is from an intellectual, and we will see it. Okay.
Foundation. And we're going to take a close look at something Maya tracks quite closely, and that is the relations between India and Bangladesh. Basically, over the last few years, especially since Sheikh Hasina became prime minister, things have been pretty good.
That's right. And in fact, I think if you look at over the last maybe 5 to 8 years of India-Bangladesh ties, the boundary was settled, the enclaves were exchanged between India and Bangladesh. That was decided. The only real sticking point has been water sharing, but even on that, there's been there's been steps and statements made in the right direction, certainly from Delhi. And we've also seen, in the last few years between Prime Minister Modi and Sheikh Hasina, several meetings that have taken place. Assurances been given by Prime Minister Modi to the Bangladeshi regime about the importance of Bangladesh as a strategic neighbor, as an important partner in the region. So things have been rather positive for a while, but we're seeing a marked shift in the tone coming from Dhaka in the last few weeks. There's been a clear shift in the tone.
That was going to be my second question. I mean, things have really kind of gone downhill since about October. I mean, especially first the fears in Dhaka over the National Register of Citizens in Assam, and then followed by the whole controversy over the Citizenship Amendment Act. That seems to have really done a lot of damage.
Right. So first on the NRC exercise in Assam, and I think the fact that there are all these people who have been left out of the citizenship records of India, what happens to them? We, from the Indian side, keep reporting about them being, sent to detention camps, or their fate hangs uncertain. But I think the question for Bangladesh really is that if you as in India can't prove their citizenship, how can you assume that they belong to Bangladesh? Why would you expect that Bangladesh take them back? What's going to happen to them? And to this, in fact, we saw not once, but I think on 2 occasions that Prime Minister Modi had given an assurance to Sheikh Hasina to say that don't worry, nobody's going to be sent back to Bangladesh, nothing's going to happen to these people. There will be a solution found within the Indian geographical territory.
I mean, the word used was that this is an internal matter.
Internal matter, and so it's not for Bangladesh to be concerned about. So, what is it? On the one hand, you have the Prime Minister making those statements. On the other hand, you have this rising rhetoric about illegal migrants who have drained Assam of its resources. And that conversation was still restricted to a state and to one particular region. What we've seen with the rapid sort of legislation, Citizenship Amendment Act, I mean, in 2 days it moved from a bill into law. I think the concerns from Bangladesh are very different as far as Citizenship Amendment Act is concerned, because what does it say? It's talking about 3 countries in the neighborhood that persecute minorities. We've seen Pakistan's track record on how it deals with minorities. We've seen in the past Afghanistan's track record on how it deals with minorities. Certainly in the Taliban years, things have been different after that. Bangladesh is turning around and saying, why are you clubbing us with Pakistan?
Yeah, this is something that I've heard from a lot of Bangladeshi diplomats. I mean, they say we are your best friend in the neighborhood. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's probably the friendliest country right now in the neighborhood. And they say that, why are you talking about pushing people back? I mean, this is something they say in private conversations. And also that how it's getting very difficult for them to explain this to people back at home.
So pushing people back is one part of the conversation, and that's a real conversation for Dhaka, because, for a country, as far as its economic indicators, its trade indicators, Bangladesh is doing pretty well. And we had, I think it was Muazzam Ali, now the late Muazzam Ali, tragic news of him having passed away, who had, said things like, why would anybody from Bangladesh want to come and settle in India? They'd rather go to Europe, they'd rather go to other parts of the world. What does India have to give? Dhaka's indicators, Bangladesh's indicators are very good. So that's one part of the story, is that why would Bangladesh take them back? But I think the concerns over this bill, the act and the way it was framed, and the perception of especially Pakistan as a country which has been inimical to India from its birth in 1947. The stories about cross-border terrorism, the incidents, the kind of tensions in South Asia because of India-Pakistan conflict. Bangladesh is saying that they've been on India's side. Why is Bangladesh being clubbed with a country that is, for all practical purposes, a sworn enemy of India? Bangladesh does not have any such ill will. And apart from the real issues of what's going to happen to these people, why would Bangladesh take them back, it's also a perception. Does India really perceive Bangladesh as a threat?
Yeah, and also, the fact.
Okay, so in this way, Indian-Bangladesh relations are basically disturbing nowadays. Okay, so because of Citizenship Amendment Act, India has included Bangladesh. Uh, India has basically included Bangladesh in its neighboring countries from where the minorities come. Then they will be allowed citizenship in India. So Bangladesh is, well, in all the Bangladesh, the issue is just the same. Means all of them are saying that why are you clubbing us with Pakistan, because they hate Pakistan a lot. Okay, so let's see the next news. Research finds Indomethacin beneficial in COVID-19 care. Know about Indomethacin? It's a drug that is used for pneumonia. Okay, that is used for pneumonia, and paracetamol will basically be replaced by the indomethacin drug. Indomethacin drug, its significance in context of COVID-19. Okay, so next news is Parliamentary panel calls for migrant workers database. Learn about Epidemic Act 1897, its provisions. Okay, know about Standing Committee of Home Affairs, its recent recommendations and rationale behind them. Okay, learn about Epidemic Diseases Act 1897, its provisions. So, epidemic, like the uh, and like the coronavirus or the measles or the other things also, from this the rat disease. At that time, this epidemic diseases act was made, so there should be some changes in the British laws, but India is not focusing a lot on to change, because whenever we try to change anything, there is either violence, there is either dispute occurs in different communities. And whenever the change, because India is a kind of a country that is not ready for the change at an instant. For example, just like farm bill, earlier we have seen that when the sugarcane industries came, then only the sugarcane become the cash crop. Otherwise, in the kolu, or whatever you can say in your local language, for the small level of industry, small level of government run industry, that were called as kolu or kalesar or different things, different names are there for it. Okay, at those places the sugarcane was sold out in just a bulk, and it was not considered to be as a cash crop. But when the different industries came, the majority of the farmers begin to move towards sugarcane, because they get an instant cash for the sake of their crop, and they get a good cash, so we can understand from our previous example also that farm bill is not bad at all. But what mandis are doing, that they are investing their money to make farmers believe that this farm bill will basically occupy your land. No, it is not true at all. Farmers need to understand the details of the farm bills, how they should learn from the previous example that sugarcane was not a cash crop, but when the industries came, when the mills came, okay, sugar mills came, then only the sugarcane becomes the cash crop. So in this way, we should understand that, for example, wheat, rice, and other jowar, bajra, and different kinds of crops, they can easily become uh, the cash crops. They can easily become the cash crops when the industries, just like Tata and Haldirams and different industries, will come into the market. Okay, Future Group and Fortune, and there are many industries, Ashirwad Atta. So these kind of industries will definitely come in the market, and due to the high competition, the farmers will definitely get a good amount of money for the sake of their crops. But farmers are getting worried for the sake of the future, but they are not trying any changes for it. It may be possible that farmers will get a boost in their economy. They can get 4 times of their crop, because we are only removing the mediators. When earlier I used to know that before OLX, I whenever I used to sell out my scooty or my car or my old products to anyone, the cost of that scooty, when the mediator comes, if I am selling my scooty, if I am selling my scooty at 30,000, okay, the mediator will say that I will take 5,000 from you, and I will take 3,000 from whoever I will give this scooty. Okay, so actually I am selling that scooty at 25,000, but that mediator is getting 8,000 for doing nothing, just to send the information from one place to another place. Okay, just to send the information from one place to another place, he is getting 8,000 rupees. But when OLX come, then I advertised my scooty on the online platform, and I said that I'm selling this scooty at 30,000, and the buyer get that scooty at just 30,000. So what happens that the buyer is also benefited by 3,000 rupees, okay, and the seller is also benefited by 5,000 rupees. So why the farmers are getting worried that if the mediators, just like mandi system or the MSP system, is removed, why are they getting worried? Because the companies will definitely come directly to them, and they will sign the contract, and they will be benefited by 3,000, because they will not give to that mediator mandi system. They will not give to that mandi 3,000 rupees to that mandi, and we will also get the benefit of 5,000 also. So in this way we are only removing the mediators. Okay, learn about Epidemic Act 1897, its provisions. So in this way we should understand different things are attached to different things. Okay, so know about Standing Committee on Home Affairs, its recent recommendation and rationale behind them. So we need to change not only in epidemic diseases act, not only in farms bills act. So these are the kinds of things that we need to change in our society, because we are developing, and we can see the development in terms of roads. Rivers are rivers just like Ganga. Earlier I have seen Ganga, it's such a polluted river it was, but now it looks like the rivers of the England or the Paris. It looks like that. In the Haridwar, in the Rishikesh, it looks similar to like that. Okay, so the clear water, you can clearly observe it now. You can clearly observe it is well defined, the boundaries are constructed, there is no sand nearby, no one is doing any kind of shit over there. Okay, the cloth changing rooms are made for the girls over there. So the development is definitely there in India. I have seen many of the highways, peripherals, RRTS, rapid railway transport system, are developing in India. So we should many metros are constructed in the region of Himalayas. Okay, and many trains are constructed in the tunnels of Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. Okay, so these kinds of developments we can see in a past 10 to 15 years. We have seen development a lot. So in the upcoming time period, if development is there, if changes are there, then we should adopt according to the changes. Because if 4G is getting upgraded to the 5G, then why the farmers, why the our bills and our rules and regulations are not getting upgraded from 1897? So this is a very big issue that we need to focus on. Okay, next is 344 abducted Nigerian boys freed. Know about Boko Haram group. Boko Haram group, their prevalence and various issues associated with them. So Boko Haram is a terrorist, was a terrorist group, and now they are being removed completely, and they are getting deteriorated day by day. So these were Nigerian terrorist group, and now they need a proper direction. They need to be get freed. Okay, the this terrorist organization's root should get derooted, because we are on the sake of development. We are sake on the sake of micro development. Nowadays we are on the verge of micro development, on which China has already started. China has already started on the verge of micro development. It is developing at a micro level. So we need to understand that terrorist is not any way to make the peace all over the world and make the development and make the earth a safer place to live longer as possible. Okay, know about India-UK relations, various deals and agreements, implications of Brexit and COVID-19 on India and UK relations. Brexit negotiations enter final hours. Okay, so whatever the Brexit is there, so Brexit, after the Brexit, when Indian diaspora is very high in the Europe and England also. Okay, so whenever the students used to go to Germany, they used to travel to England also, France also, and different countries also, for the sake of study purpose, for the sake of job purpose. So in this way, Brexit will definitely have some sort of implications on the Indian diaspora a lot, because it will impact a lot of trade activities. It will impact our just like Alfonso mangoes. Alfonso mangoes and different products of India that are being sold at, for example, masala of Kerala are being sold to the international countries, just like London, France, UK, Germany, and Spain, and other Portugal also. So these things will definitely have implications on India. And Brexit basically means Britain exit from European Union. Okay, European Union. So European Union or United Nations. India mulls E20 fuel to cut vehicular emissions. Vehicular emissions. Know about ethanol blending program, its significance, adoption of E20 fuels. So ethanol is derived from sugarcane, and you must understand that why basically sugarcane become a cash crop, because sugarcane is having a lot of products from which we can derive many of the things, just like fuel is also taken from the sugarcane industries. Fuel is also observed from the sugarcane industries, just like ethanol blending program is done only in sugar mills. Okay, so these kinds of fuels are known as biofuels, because these are biologically degradable, and these are environment friendly fuels also. Environment friendly fuels also. Okay, so that's all for the day. See you tomorrow.